Hello and welcome to Yes, You Are Brave. This is a podcast where we're going to set off on a journey together to find and build our brave, where we explore all the ways that you have been brave and all the ways that you can be brave again. Because even though we may have forgotten or we may have fallen out of practice, we're all brave. And I'm on a mission to prove it and help you believe that yes, you are brave. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Yes, You Are Brave. I'm Pawnee, I'm your host, and I am so excited that you are here. Let's talk brave. Okay, story time. So my niece has decided that she's been on a Bluey kick lately. And if you don't know what Bluey is, it's an Australian TV show for kids, and it's this family of healers, like as in dogs, and it's just these adventures of these two kids. There's these two little girls, and it's their parents, and there's all these things that they do, and they go off. It's actually really cute. But she was watching it the other day, and I don't even know what the premise of the story was. I wasn't paying that much attention, and but Bluey ran off doing something, and her mom was like, "I don't think that's a good idea." And Bluey, the kid, says, "Well, I don't have any other ideas," and just continued on with whatever she was doing. Like I said, I don't know exactly what was going on in the show. I watched a tiny bit after that. It seemed like Bluey was trying to be the mom or something. Anyway, but it got me thinking about being brave enough to just start moving, to make a decision and to start going after what we want, and not letting the fear of mistakes hold us back, not letting that analysis paralysis get in our way so that we just stop and wait for the perfect idea, right? So I want to talk today about being brave enough to just start moving and not let the mistakes hold us back. So I love the idea of learning from little kids, because little kids are so fearless in most things. It is so fun to watch little kids. It's so fun to just be around them and see how excited they are about things and how much they want to do something and they go do it. And I think that is kind of a brilliant thing that we lose as we get older, because we are so afraid of getting things wrong. Now, I've talked a lot before about how for a lot of my life, I didn't make decisions. I didn't make choices. I didn't do things from a place of where I actually wanted to go. I did it from a place of fear. And I do not recommend that. It's not fun to make your choices from a place of fear. It's not fun to live in fear. It just isn't. And I think that we can also, because we live in the information age, right? It's so easy to find things out. It's so easy to learn. I mean, anything you could possibly want to learn, you can learn on the internet. People are building full-on houses from what they learn on the internet, and it's an amazing thing. But I think that also lends itself to that, oh, I don't know enough. And I want you to think about some of the things that you want to do and that you want to go after, and that you're holding yourself back because you don't feel like you know enough. You need to learn more, right? That is something that we say all the time, is that, oh, I just need to learn more. I need to study this some more. I need to figure this out or that out. When a lot of times what we actually need to do is we just need to start moving and start going down that particular path. So example of this, and how it's actually a pretty perfect example. So you know that I live with my sister and her family, and my sister she has chickens, okay? She's become a chicken expert and a chicken lady, and she loves chickens. We have lots of chickens, and it's awesome. It's really fun. But we've only had chickens, I think it's been about 3 years. Started when we lived up north. My sister wanted some chickens, and so she did some research, because we had grown chickens off and on growing up, and so we kind of thought we knew about chickens. But anyway, so she wanted chickens for a while, and then she decided just to get them. So they did a little bit of research, decided on a breed that they thought would be best with the kids and in the space that we had. And then they went to the feed store, and they came home with, I think it was 4 chickens. Anyway, came home with some chicks. Then, that night, One of them didn't make it through the night, but then, so we had to go back. We ended up with 6 chickens. Okay. They were our original chickens. And as they grew and as they needed more space, as they needed this, that, whatever, my sister started doing research. She joined a couple chicken groups, and she learned more, she did more. And eventually she got a few more chickens, she got a few more. Then we moved with about 12 chickens. And then we have a lot of chickens, a lot more than that now. But when we started, and it was kind of funny, we had this conversation multiple times, my sister and I, about how we thought we knew about chickens because we had them growing up a couple of times, but turns out we didn't really know a whole lot about chickens. Okay. Now, I still don't know a ton about chickens, to be real. My sister, on the other hand, I feel pretty confident calling her an expert on chickens because she has just, if there's a problem that comes up, she researches it, she asks people about it. She has learned as she's been learning as she goes, and she now knows so much about chickens. People come, she'll be selling a chicken or something, somebody comes to get chicks from her or something, and she stands there and answers their questions for 10-15 minutes because she knows so much about chickens. She has become a chicken expert. Not by just studying chickens. She became an expert in chickens by having chickens, by taking those first steps and having a flock and then growing that flock and then solving the problems as they come up. And there have been plenty of problems come up. So I think that that's something that we need to do. If you have this thing that you really want to do, yes, you need to do a little bit of research to start off with. My sister didn't just go to the feed store and buy a couple of chickens randomly. They did a little bit of research. Her and her husband did some research about breeds and, different things. And then it wasn't a ton. It was maybe a week or so. They spent a little bit of time on the internet and then they went and got them. Now later they just discovered that there's other breeds that she likes better, and she has lots of different breeds, but she didn't get to be an expert by not starting down that road, by not getting chickens. You don't become an expert at something. You don't become good at something by just sitting there learning it, learning about it. You have to actually jump in. You have to actually do it, and you have to do it willing to make mistakes. You have to be willing to make mistakes as you do it. Kind of makes me think of the whole idea of like learning a language too, right? Like people that are like, oh, like they sit down and they learn all the vocabulary and they learn, but you don't really learn a language unless you go and you immerse yourself in that language. I took like 4 years of Spanish in college and I don't speak that well because I was always afraid to speak. And I never really spent a lot of time immersed in the language. So my Spanish is very, very basic and very, very minimal because I didn't really jump in. I was so afraid to make mistakes that I didn't really step out of my comfort zone, didn't really do a whole lot with it. And as a result, today, I don't really speak that good of Spanish. And so there are so many things in our life that I think we can hold ourselves back with, that we really want and that we really want to go after, but we're afraid of making mistakes. And that holds us back. Is it the fear of failure kills more dreams than failure actually does, or whatever? There are so many things that you can do and that are waiting for you to come out and just be amazing at, but you're scared because you might make a mistake. And maybe when you start, maybe with what you decide to just actually take action on is maybe it's not that great of an idea. But maybe it's the only one that you have and it gets you excited to do it. And so you start. And then you will learn that, guess what? Maybe that's not the best idea. And you will switch gears. You will figure it out as you go. There are so many things that you can figure out as you go, and dreams that you can chase and learn along the way what you need to know. And there's a lot of, there's tons of examples that I could give you, but you know what it is that you want to do. And there are so many reasons to not do them, but there are so many more reasons to do them. It's going to be amazing when you finally publish that blog. It's going to be amazing when you finally open that new business. It's going to be amazing when you finally get off that plane at the destination you have been wanting to go to forever and you have that experience of traveling. It's going to be amazing. And there are going to be some bumps along the way. There are going to be some things that don't go super well. But there are going to be some things that do go well and some things that don't go as planned, but maybe they end up better than planned. So my encouragement for you this week is for you to just be brave enough to start moving. You know what you want. You know the direction that you want to go. Let's start moving. And as you start moving and as you go toward those amazing things that you're working towards, you will figure things out. You will. You may have to learn a whole new set of skills. They say, somebody told me recently, you can't build tomorrow's dreams with today's skills. So you may have to learn a new set of skills. But guess what? You are perfectly capable of learning new skills. Maybe hard, maybe difficult. It's going to take some practice and it's going to take some commitment and some consistency, but you are perfectly capable of learning new skills. That is one of the best things about life right now is you can learn whatever skill you want, whatever skill you need to make your dream come true. So don't be afraid of moving forward even if you don't have all the answers. And I do realize how difficult that can be because honestly, analysis paralysis is one of my forms of procrastination. It is literally one of the ways that I procrastinate the most of, I don't know enough to do this. I don't know. I'm not sure about this. I still need to learn about blah, 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 blah. No, I just need to do. Because action brings clarity. When you start doing things, it brings clarity. And as you start doing it and as you learn as you go, yes, problems are going to come up. So Google them when they come up. And then you will eventually become an expert. You will. You'll get to where you need to be. You'll get the skills and you will get the knowledge as you go along. But you're never going to learn if you don't start. If you don't start moving, you're never going to get where you want to go. You're never going to learn what you need to learn. So this week, make a decision and start moving. If you need to Google every other step, that's cool. That's fine. Go ahead and do it, but keep moving. You've got this. And you are going to have some amazing experiences. I'm so excited for you. So excited. Remember that you are wonderful. You are amazing. And you are brave. Yes, my dear, you are brave enough to start moving in the direction of your dreams and start doing what you want to do. You've got this. I love you. I believe in you. Have a fantastical day.
Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed what you've heard today, please leave a review down below and share this with anyone that you feel like could use a little more brave in their life. And if you'd like to follow more of my journey to be brave, you can follow me on social media and the link down below. Have a fantastic day and don't forget to be brave.